Hi, I'm Leslie Odell, Member Engagement Representative here at Cuivre River Electric Cooperative, and you're listening to Plugged In.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Plugged In. My name's Rod Smerkar, and today I'm sitting here with Neal Harrell. He's, I guess you could call yourself a bit of an energy expert because you've worked with it for a few years, and I know enough to be pretty dangerous about some of this stuff that we're going to discuss here.
Yeah.
And
We just posted it was 23 years been doing this for now. So yeah,
three,
and counting, hopefully.
yes, let's hope that continues. And I know right now we're in the middle of the summer.
The heat of the summer.
So
Yes, sir.
air conditioning is a big thing right now, and that is one area that, I mean, if unless you have an electrically heated home, this is probably where you're going to see your largest use, and it all comes down to the temperature difference, basically.
Right. Yeah. Cuivre River, we've got a lot of gas heated homes. So a lot of our members will see this, especially, we're probably going to see this on this coming up bill because just last week, there before the 4th of July, we had some of our hottest, weather of the year so far. The humidity, the temperature, all that adds up. We had a lot of sunshine in there, a little breeze. It was fairly breezy, which made it better than it could have been. But Cuivre River actually saw some of our highest peaks as far as our energy use during that period so far. So with that, the driver for that for us is that air conditioning use in those afternoons, the 4 to 8 p.m. in the afternoons. We really see those numbers come up, and it's just if you think about that system, the air conditioner is all we're trying to do is we're transferring heat. We're transferring that energy. It's as heat, but we want to take that and we're taking the heat, putting it into a system, we're driving it outside, and then we use the outside unit to push that heat out in the air. The result is the inside of our house is cooler. All right. So probably the biggest thing that I've seen been happening is one, when the temperatures are higher outside, it's a greater temperature difference between the inside of the house and the outside of the house. That causes that heat to want to transfer back through the walls or through the attic into our house faster. So we're going to wind up running our air conditioners more in that hotter time to keep that heat pushed outside. Okay. The other thing that happens to us there is that humidity that we have in our house makes our home uncomfortable. So as that air conditioner runs, it's pulling that moisture out of our air. We don't call them an air cooler, we call them an air conditioner. So we're doing two things. We're cooling the air and we're drawing the humidity down, which makes it more comfortable for us inside. So with these hot temperatures that we've been seeing, we're seeing those units run more hours per day. They're using the same amount of electricity they always did, but remember, energy is sold as a kilowatt hour. So it's the amount of energy you're using times the amount of time that you're using it. So as those units are running more time, we're seeing increased use go through that air conditioner in a day.
And also, one important area that's going to come into play with the air conditioning is going to be the efficiency
Oof,
of that unit, because
absolutely.
if you don't get that thing serviced regularly, you're only going to be getting a certain percentage out of what you could be getting out of it.
Right, right. Yeah, the whole concept of the air conditioner is we're we're wanting that heat to go into our coolant, go outside. The compressor and the fans that we run on that system are going to use X amount of energy while they run. The more heat that we can transfer into that unit and get pushed outside, the less time that they're going to have to run. Thus, less energy, kilowatt hours that you're going to have to buy. So probably the biggest culprits that I see happen is on the air conditioners is boy that inside air filter. We forget about it. It's
Mhm.
out of the way. It's
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
I put a date on that thing and look at it like,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
oh, that time went by. I guess I should have changed this a month ago or something.
Exactly. And it's those units, we all have dust in our house. As those units become clogged up, you're going to move less air across the A coil. The less air you move across the A coil, the less heat you can transfer. Then you're going to take more time to run it for that unit to do. So one, you want to make sure your inside air filter is clean. Two is if you have neglected that filter for some period of time, it might be worth taking the time to look at those A coils. As I said a while ago, we pull the humidity out of the house; those become damp, and as that dusty air moves across them, it will continue to pull the dust out of the air.
Mhm.
The problem is that they will gum up your A coils inside there. Yes, it sticks to it, and then we are going to have trouble moving air across the A coils. If you can't get the air to go through, you can't transfer the heat. Now, the next step that I see typically happen, if we got the inside of the house all good, is I see it on the outside of the house. Plants that are too close to that outside unit.
Oh, we don't want that outside unit to be visible now, do we? I mean,
Oh, well, it is
oh,
it is an attractive, yes, it is a visual that we want to work around. There are things we can do to kind of tidy them up and make them look more presentable, especially, a lot of houses that's near our patio and stuff like that. But if you've got plants, shrubs or flowers that are planted right up next to that unit and it is impeding the airflow in any way on the outside of that, you are losing efficiency. When you lose efficiency, you spend more money. It's a compromise, whatever you want to do. But I'm telling you right now, is if you can do anything to increase the airflow, you can increase the efficiency. Some of the things I've seen on the outside of units, as units get older, I've seen them hail damaged, where they've been hit with hail and it bends the fins over. And so if that fin is bent, you can't draw the air across it. You can't get your heat transfer. Um, the old cotton seeds, the lint from the cottonwood trees will pack into those units and stop them up, so they may need a cleaning on the outside. Grass clippings is another one. If you're mowing the grass and slinging the grass up against the outside unit there, can stop them up around the bottom. I've seen them with grass up 6, 8 inches,
wow.
just packed tight, and you're losing airflow, you're losing efficiency. So, tree leaves, even from the previous year that fall in the top side of it, that outside unit needs to be clean. The inside unit needs to be clean. Just even addressing, is it properly tuned up at the time? If if you're having cooling issues and nobody has looked at your unit for multiple years, it might be worth the cost of having somebody come by and do a tune up just to look things over. Does it need cleaning? Is it dirty? Does it need to be topped up with Freon to be at its most efficient, or whatever coolant it is at this time? Freon's, I guess, a generic name of that, but, whatever
They
coolant.
term. I know now there's different types of coolants, but
Yes.
I know what you mean.
Yes. So if that unit is running at its everything as efficient as possible, you're going to reduce red time. You're going to reduce cost.
Basically, like maintenance on your car or any other device, you
You
do a little preventive maintenance. It might cost you or might save you in the long run because otherwise it could really cost you.
exactly. You can pay me now, pay me later. It's a scenario. It's going to catch up with you eventually on it. So
That's great information, and we appreciate Neal Harrell joining us here today on Plugged In at Cuivre River Electric Cooperative. And if somebody had a question about energy use, their air conditioner, how
uh,
do they get in touch with you?
yes, you can reach me in Harrell, Harrell at quiver.com and post a question there or on anything that you have for the co-op so you can get your question answered.
And we appreciate Neil's time and effort here today. Once again, thank you very much for listening to Plugged In. I'm Rod Smerkar, and we will catch you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to Plugged In from Cuivre River Electric Cooperative. Have a topic you'd like us to cover? Share your ideas at communications@cuivre.com. That's CUIVRE.com. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a rating on your favorite podcast app so you never miss an episode.